your breakthrough coach and therapist. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe and hit that button so that every time we put out a video, you got it. So today I wanted to talk about money. Now, this is the thing. When it comes to getting your whole life together, because, you got to work through that trauma, girl. You got to work through whatever issues that you're having in your relationship, at home, stuff with your kids. But one of the things that I found is when it comes to money, it's often one of the things that we don't really want to talk about, but is very much linked to a lot of how we show up in the world. So money is a key component or one of the tenets that we work on in the sister circle. So I'm really excited about it because, again, a lot of times women put their head down when we talk about money. And I want to tell you I want to give you 4 reasons why we do that. And I also want to give you a couple tips on how not to do that, how to make this particular time and moment the very best that it can be for you. Okay. So one of the reasons why we put our heads down when it comes to money is that we feel like we mismanaged, like that we made some money errors, we made some mistakes. If only we had done something else, didn't sell the house, didn't get a divorce, didn't buy the car that we really loved. And, magically that would help. If only we could stay away from Starbucks. Okay, guys, I love Starbucks. I'm there almost every day. Okay. If only we could stop drinking these lattes, we could get there. So one of the things that I teach people is you got to stop going back with these mistakes because they're not mistakes. Those are preferences. A lot of them are preferences. They're things that have happened. Let's move on. Okay. Let's move on. We're here now. Let's move on. All right. So that's number 1. Let's move on. Let's leave the history where it is and let's move on. Let's figure out how to get that bank right now. Okay. The number 2 reason why we are not where we want to be financially is, we look at some of our choices, so maybe we worked in a service industry. Maybe we work in an industry that doesn't pay that much, all these different things. So sometimes we believe the reason why we don't have that money is because of the career choice that we made. And I want to tell you, not true. So when I was 23 years old, and I've said this before, and guys have probably heard it, I became a counselor. And I was told by everybody, oh my God, you're gonna be a therapist. Now just imagine, I was a therapist in the early 2000s, okay? So this is before private practices, before all the stuff that you see now in the videos. And this is when white people went to therapy, okay? They laid on the couch and people worked full-time jobs. And the people who could go lay on the couch, like Freud and Sigmund told us, that it should be done, psychoanalytic therapy, those were people who were white. The ones who came to therapy who were color were the ones who were forced to do it. So they were doing it through foster care and so forth. Maybe kids had problems from school, so they were being called into a counselor. Some were going to marriage counseling, but it wasn't a regular occurring thing like it is today. So I was told, you're going to need to work in an agency. You're going to need to put in so many hours a week, and you're going to be good if you make $35,000 a year. And I literally said, no, that won't be me. So coming out of the gate, I started an agency and we built that agency up to about 18 therapists, but I've always done well in this field because, guys, it's not the career that you choose. It is the decisions that you make around the career that you choose. You see, my calling is to help people. That's my calling. I couldn't change that. I did try several times, okay? If you Google me, you will see that. But I couldn't change it. It's what I was called to do. So this piece came easy to me with work and with so many clients. I've worked with thousands of clients over the years. This is second nature for me, helping people get to that place of fulfillment, helping people get to a new truth. That's just it. But I was told, and I still see people look like me doing the same industry that I am and not making money like they should. Because one of the things that another myth is if you are in a helping profession, you should not make any money. Oh my God. If you are helping people, you should just be happy to do it. And I'm going to tell you what that leads to. That leads to therapists who are burned out, counselors and nurses and doctors and so many people who are burnt out when they work in a system that says you have to continually have output but no input. That's what that leads to. It leads to people being resentful. It leads to people not taking their own medicine. So they don't do any self-care. They don't take time for themselves because they believe I'm supposed to constantly be giving and giving and giving. Now, why is that particular tip important? Because when it comes to working in services, African-American Black women are one of the top providers in all the service industries. Yep, it's one of the things that we do. We're your nannies, we're your daycare providers, we are your nurses, we are your counselors, we're your social workers, we are your health aides. We're everywhere when it comes, we're your administrators, when it comes to giving and helping others and supporting. Those are some of the top fields that we're in. So we don't, again, we've been taught to give, but also taught that when you give, you're not supposed to receive. You're supposed to just give the gift. So that's another reason why people don't have money. It's the mindset. Number 4 is we have no boundaries. So a lot of times it's not that we don't have that great idea. It's not that we don't have the aptitude to start a business, to run it. It's not that we can't go for a raise and get it. A lot of it has to do with boundaries. We say yes to so much because we want to help. We've been trained to help. That's us, Savior. And that's one of the reasons why I say, sister, it is time to take the cape off, please. Okay, let's take that cape off, please. Because that cape is killing us. We will say yes to everything. So during this time, we have had an opportunity to just rest. A lot of us just rest. So a part of wearing the cape is we're volunteering at the church. We're volunteering at the schools. We're volunteering anytime somebody asks us, our husbands, our boyfriends, our lovers, whoever, somebody say they need something, you're our Johnny on the spot. But we don't show up for ourselves. So we don't show up to work on our business presentation. We don't show up to send out the proposal. We don't show up by going in a little early and getting things tighter so that we can go ahead and pitch the boss for a raise. We are often late and running behind because we're trying to do a million different things. All right. So one of the reasons why we don't have the bank is we ain't got no boundaries. No boundaries. So another reason that we've been talked about or told is like, oh my God, if I would save more, if I would save more money, not buy that bag. Y'all know what bag I'm talking about. Whichever one you got that you know, that when you bought it, you were like, girl, this bag look good. But then all of a sudden you had like that, like, man, why I buy that bag? That things will be better. And I'm here to tell you, ain't nothing wrong with treating yourself and getting a nice bag. Sis, you've been doing your thing. Get that bag. The number one reason why you don't have what you should have in your 401k, why you don't have what you should have in terms of a real estate portfolio, and what you don't have what you should have in terms of your career or your business being where it should be, is just the absolutely idea that you may not have the money or the resources or connections to get there. Because it does take money, it does take resources, and it does take connections. But here's the thing, sis, we're resourceful. So when we decide that we want to do something, and you know what I'm talking about, you know how you showed up for that Girl Scout meeting and you made it happen for 25 kids on the $50 budget? When we decide that we want to really show up and show out for something, we know how to do it. So honestly, it's not really about the money. It really is about the time that we put into it and getting seriously focused on it. But not so serious that we're not having fun, and not so serious that it doesn't just happen, but more so just the intention. And guess what? The intention can't come unless you believe that you are worthy of having it. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to decide in this year that you are going to work on your money mindset. Keep coming back for my videos or go ahead and connect with me. Because in order to get to the next level, it's not about the stuff, right? And it's not about actually having that coin in your bag yet. It's all about coming up with a plan and believing that you deserve it. Because when you know you deserve it, and let's not even use the word deserve, because some people are not comfortable with that. But when you feel worthy, when you feel worthy of that raise, when you feel worthy of that position, when you feel worthy of having a business that brings in enough so that you can take care of your children, having a business that brings in enough so that you can get that house that you really want or that ride you really want to drive in, you will go the next level or mile to make it happen. Because I'm not here to say it's going to be easy, sis. What I'm here to say is with every challenge, yeah, every challenge, every next level up, there are going to be some things that's going to happen. But when your mind is there, you can make it happen. And when you have the right support, it's definitely going to happen. And when you have the right resources, it's definitely going to happen. And we're going to make it happen with some fun. So I've been working with women with money mindset for many, many years and lots of testimonials. I won't go through them all, but from raises, from new houses to cars. And it's not that woo-woo stuff, because I know I've heard that before. You know, Melissa, I don't want to go to bed and write down how I'm going to spend $100 or $1,000 or $100,000 and, and magically it's going to happen. No, it's more about shifting your focus. It's more about understanding who you are. It's more about getting in tune with your strengths, with your purpose, and understanding you are uniquely designed for something. For us, when you understand that your talents are not being given to the world the way in which they should, oh my God, you decide to show up bigger and better every day. So that's what I'm here for. I won't hold you guys anymore, but I'm so glad that you joined me. Until next time, color your page with love, color your page with joy, and color your page with purpose. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.